Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. What's new? The Ukrainians lied. The Americans knew that the Ukrainians lied. I knew the Ukrainians lied. I think many people knew that the Ukrainians were lying when they promised the United States of America that they will not use the long or mid-range missile systems provided by the Americans on the Russian territory. We knew that they will use it. Now, isn't that something that should concern the Americans because it seems like the Ukrainians went rogue? I mean, if they promise, and I used to joke that it's a pinky promise, obviously, that means the Ukrainians could turn around and hit you if they choose to. Why? Because it seems like they are not reliable. So I have here one article and then evidence that the Ukrainians hit the Russians inside Russia's territory a while ago. So it didn't happen today. They just confirmed today something that happened in May or something like that. You might remember the incident is when the Ukrainians received the Patriot systems and they claimed that they destroyed those 5 or so Russian aircraft inside Russia, while it was a stupid maneuver done by the Russians and the Americans hit them in Russia. So let me show you the first article that I'm going to discuss here, which is the evidence. And then I'm going to show you a map so we don't have any doubts. The war zone. Aircraft downed inside Russia by Patriot system. Ukrainian Air Force. So remember the dates. This is November 27th, 2023, right here, right? This is when they came with this evidence, or it was statement. And they are bragging. The Ukrainian Air Force has now confirmed that a number of Russian aircraft shot down back in May, right, over their own territory were indeed destroyed by a foreign supplied Patriot air defense system. Now, obviously, they say this to brag and to advertise the American weapons, because that's what it is, partly. It is making a profit of the war. And how do they make it? Well, you help certain people push a certain kind of agenda, and then when the other side attacks unprovoked, then you just say, lucky us, we're going to make a kill here. And it's exactly what happens with at least 3, at this moment, at least 3 industries. Military, which is, arms industry. The other one is banking, lending money to the idiots that have to procure armaments or pay for the gas, oil, and resources. So these 3 things are making a kill, among others, but these are the main ones. So then if you look at these 3 industries and see how much campaign donations, legal campaign donations, we would call that here bribery, or at least where I come from. No, it's campaign donation. I give you money so you get elected so you can do what I want. It's not bribery, it's just a campaign donation. I promote your ideas. So let's go back here. The possibility that Ukraine's newly acquired Patriots may have been responsible for blasting those aircraft out of the sky was highlighted by the war zone back in July, following the release of a video by the Ukrainian Air Forces seemingly linking the destruction of 3 Russian helicopters on May 13 to a Patriot system. Confirmation that the Patriot system was used to destroy 3 Russian Mi-8 HIP helicopters, a Sukhoi 34 full-back strike fighter and Sukhoi 35 flanker E in Russia's Bryansk. We're going to see where Bryansk is. Bryansk region on May 13 was provided by Colonel Yuri Ikhnat, the Ukrainian Air Force spokesman, to the Ukrainian Novinarinia media outlet on November 27. Now I'm looking here to see anything saying these guys lied, these guys did something that they were not. I jokingly call it the Bryansk difference. Let me see. All right. Oh, okay. It doesn't say anything. It's Bryansk over the Black Sea. Okay, that's not their territory, right? Patriot, how great they are. They tell us here how fantastic this is. The Kinzhal. The Patriot is fantastic. They probably need now some to make some deals with some foreign countries, and that's why they activated the idiots to say how great the Patriots are. So buy our systems, don't buy the Russian systems. That could be one of the reasons. So now let's check the map and see where this Bryansk region is. Russia's territory, right? So this is Ukraine, obviously, and Bryansk is right here in the north. This is Bryansk. This is by Belarus, and this is Ukraine right here. So this is Bryansk Oblast, and this is the Russian territory. That's how they call it. They didn't call it, around, or no. They say Bryansk territory, and it says inside Russia. So there's no doubt or anything like that. As I said, they are Russia's Bryansk region. So they're not hiding, they're just bragging, which is fine. It's just that I'm expecting the United States of America to come out and say that breach of trust happened here, and we should not trust these guys, and I don't hear that happening. Which I knew that would be the point, because pinky promises and all this is garbage during a war. But the population here, the gullible, that's the word, the gullible American voters, I guarantee you they bought it. And you know why? Because this little video that I'm making right here should have, I know, a lot of viewers, because they're going to say, what do you mean the Ukrainians lied? And now let me show you how the Ukrainians promised. I will show you articles where they say, no, we promise, pinky promise. So let's start with, so I just put over there the keywords like that. Ukraine promises US not to use missiles on Russian territory. And I said, Ukraine shouldn't use, and this is May 25. And then we go to this. June 1st, Ukraine has promised US not to fire new 50-mile range US says Ukraine will not use US-supplied rocket system on Russian territory, right? Ukraine says it will not strike Russian territory with new weapons, longer range, you see? Longer range, February 5. February 5 again, Ukraine says it will not strike Russian territory with Again, everything is about longer ranger weapons. Okay, now territory. Is that territory? What was the word they used here? What was the inside Russia? And we can Russia aircraft shot down over their own territory. All right. So I don't think I have to make the case stronger than it is already. I told you the confirmation. I showed you the map. I showed you the articles, and you can go on down. I just showed you a few, the first ones that showed that they promised. And I knew they were promised not only one time, on many occasions whenever they were supposed to receive, for instance, Storm Shadow or Scalp long-range missiles. Remember, when they received those, they said, we will not do it. We will not do it. We will not hit inside Russia. Okay. They hit inside what used to be Ukrainian territory for a while, because before it was Russian. I'm talking about Crimea, I'm talking about Donetsk, Luhansk, and so on. So then, remember when they wanted the Taurus missiles from the Germans, which can go about 500 kilometers, which would be a missile that can be launched and hit Moscow? What did the Germans say? Oh, but maybe the war ends. Oh my, no, we can't. That was probably one of the reasons why. But we were not told that. The reason why was like, hey, you're going to use that on Moscow, and then Moscow is going to hit us. We were told this a few times that the Germans are afraid of Russian retaliations if they provide the Taurus missiles. But we were not told, yeah, but what about the English? The Brits, they have balls all of a sudden or something. What about the French? They have balls. Both of these countries have balls and the Germans don't. I mean, we know Germany doesn't have balls since, May 1945. France and Britain. Britain is the guy who still has it. As I said many times, like a former boxing heavyweight champion who is about 68 years old right now, and he think that he can still box and hit the new champions or emerging champions, like a 23-year-old, let's say Mike Tyson, or 20-year-old, let's put it better, 20-year-old Mike Tyson, and this guy, let's say, is a Joe Louis, 68 years old. I'm gonna go and punch you. Or you go and take care of, what's his name, Schmeling first, and then you come back and talk to us. Well, he did. Oh, okay. Yeah, you should remember that one. So anyway, my friends, here it is. They lied, they confirm, and they don't care. And the Americans don't care either. So thank you very much. Well, stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.